Hey guys, it's me, AnitaNewations, and today we are working on my very first Inktober piece for this year's Inktober. And I thought about going with the first prompt that was released by the creator of Inktober, but I decided I didn't really want to try and draw a dynamic pose for this picture. But I did know that I wanted to draw a demon with horns, and so I just stuck with her standing there, and I thought I'd create her with a ball of flame coming from her hand. And so I thought about trying to make it just black and white, but I had picked up some Sharpie pens from my Walmart that in green and purple, and I thought I'd use them a bit on this one. I mainly used the purple, but I had also used a pink Bic pen that I already had, and for the yellow and orange I used some felt tip pens. I don't know if I want to keep adding a little bit of color throughout Inktober, but I think I want to try and make it primarily black and white, maybe a little bit of color here and there. But I just want to try and do something different for this Inktober. But I think I will be going throughout the list of prompts just to challenge myself more with the different themes. Because I do want to try and draw some stuff that isn't in a human body form, which is what I typically draw. And for this Inktober, I had also bought a sketchbook just for Inktober. It was $4 from my local Dollarama. It has two different Vincent van Gogh paintings on it. One on the front and one on the back, and I've been really wanting to get it. The paper has this kind of gross texture to it, but it's not too bad. I probably will purchase it again in the future because I do want to keep on trying to do more 30-day challenges, so this would be a good sketchbook because it has about 35 pages in it. That's if you're not counting both sides. And the brand it's by is Studio, and the paper is actually fairly thick feeling. It's kind of sturdy, but it does have that gross texture. It kind of makes your fingers feel kind of dusty, but it does work good for working with inks, I find. And so therefore I think it is pretty good for working with challenges. And I'm very excited to show you guys at the end, when I'm done Inktober, to go for the flip through. And I'm very excited for myself to be able to flip through and see the different pages. I was originally going to leave the back of each page blank, but I think going through into the future, I might wind up doing some sketching onto the back of the pages for the prompt that I'm going to be doing. And there's some that I looked at and I'd have one idea, but then when I go further, I see a prompt that'll be perfect for the idea that I had. And so it's like, what can I do for this one instead of that one, because that one will work even more perfectly. And when I looked through, I found something I never really heard of before. The name? Teaming. I'd never really heard of teaming before, so I'm interested in researching that and trying to come up with a piece that has to do with teaming. If I can't find anything good, then I might just skip that one. But for the main part, I am trying to follow each prompt because I think it will help me to grow more. And like I said, there are more things that I want to try and practice drawing that aren't people. So I don't know too much about what else to talk about. For some of them, I like this one, I left kind of the sketch marks visible, but they were more lighter on this one because I had used a green Prismacolor coal erase pencil crayon to sketch it out. And you can't really see it in the end unless you're like really looking closely at it. But it's very faint, so it's not too bad. And another thing that I'm trying to do for this Inktober is I'm trying to use my micron brush pens for each piece because I really want to learn how to use brush pens, and I have a micron brush pen to work with. So far I'm not the biggest fan of it because I feel like I'm not getting very much line width variation, but that could also be because I am not very familiar with how to work with it. So I'm hoping that by trying to use the brush pen for each day, it will help me to get better. The only days that I might not use a brush pen is if it's a more fine, intricate drawing, or if it is on a day where I am not at home when I'm working on it. Because I don't want to be carrying around a pen that I paid $3 for. Which is pretty understandable, I would think. So that is another thing. And then I would also like to try and just make it more, like to use more techniques like cross hatching and different textures. Practice more with just one color. Because I do like the looks of just black pieces. But I feel like some of those are better because they were using like the bottled ink, which I don't have right now. But I am thinking of going out at some point to look for some more art supplies that I can use for Inktober, but I don't want to spend an awful lot on art supplies for Inktober and not always use them. I don't know. But I am having fun with Inktober so far. I did participate in it the year before last. I learned about it late, and I think I did miss a few, but I was fairly good at it. Last year I didn't keep up with it. I had just moved in with my boyfriend, and for some reason I wasn't doing as much drawings as I used to do. And so I had counted last night, and I had only gotten like between 13 and 15 Inktober pieces, and I didn't have much inking pens. And so they were all done with like, they were just ballpoint pen sketches, and I called it Inktober. But looking back, I'm like, I wish I had just gone out and just picked up like a cheap inking pen and used that on those to make it more interesting, but I was just doing it quickly. But this year I want to invest more time into the pieces and make them nicer and more finished looking. And so I don't want to just sketch in ballpoint pen and consider the sketch my Inktober piece this year. Like, some people might do that and that's okay, but I don't want to do that. I want to practice inking, because that's something I could use some more practice with. And so I was so excited about Inktober this year, especially because I had picked up the sketchbook that I've been wanting to get, but I didn't want to pick it up and then have like a fourth sketchbook to jump into. So I already have like 3 sketchbooks on the go sitting around my house, 2 huge ones and a smaller one that I like to carry around when I go out. But it's like I have 2 big ones, and I still have to finish those sketchbooks, and I want to get more. But I have all these sketchbooks on the go, so I don't want to be buying more and then not finishing those ones, because I'm trying to finish my sketchbooks. And so I will be uploading 1 Inktober video per week for a total of 4 videos of me working on them. But I might upload a couple bonus ones, and then on the weekend I will be having a more regular art video. And then after Inktober is over, I will be recording a Inktober sketchbook tour, showing you all the pieces that I did for Inktober. And we are reaching the end of this video, so I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please leave some comments and suggestions down below for future videos. I am open to taking any video suggestions, and I will do my best to make it happen. And you can consider liking and subscribing, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.